Everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're joining us from. Thanks for joining our panel discussion today. My name is Mark Burnett, one of your hosts and a project manager from Kingston, Jamaica. I will allow my other host to introduce himself. Jim, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, my name is Jim Stewart. Actually, there was a slide with us, and I'm in the greater Boston area. I'm an independent project management consultant. And as Sylvie was saying before, we came on, I'm also an Agilist. I'm an Agile coach. Long story, and I've done some PMOs, which is part of why I'm here. And our co-host, Manolis, couldn't make it today. He's working on a significant project, so he helped us set up, but he's not available today.
Okay, great, Jim. So guys, welcome to the Digital Transformation webinar series presented to you from the PMO Leader Global Community. A big shout out to Joe and all the members of the community who has been leading some wonderful initiatives. So I just want to take this time to share our third episode with you from our lovely speaker, Sylvie Dan, who we consider a guru in this business analysis area. So today our topic is the critical role of business analysis in digital transformation. You know, there has been a lot of talks in the industry around, the invaluable role of a business analyst, when it comes on to digital transformation and the kind of project management approaches that we're taking these days to make these projects possible. So again, Sylvie, we're happy to have you today to share your insights, your experience, and some practical tips with us as to how important business analysis is to drive in digital transformation. Is very important for our future. So again, before I hand over to Sylvie, guys, I just want to share a little bit about Sylvie. So Sylvie is a business analysis consultant, enterprise architect, experienced project manager, a certified PMP, ITIL, Scrum Master, the founder and CEO of the Ovation Consult that has won the 4th annual Global Artificial Intelligence Award in the Best AI Consultancy category. So as I said before, Sylvie, is a servant leader, transformational leader, and their experience includes knowledge and systems modeling standards such as TOGAF, BPM, DMN, and some of those wonderful tools and techniques that are necessary to craft our business solution and add value to digital transformation. So without further ado, Sylvie, we're happy to welcome you to our stage.
Thank you so much, Mark and Jim, and thanks for having me today. And I can't wait to share with you guys my point of view on the subject. And I hope that you guys will ask me questions or even participate or be passionate like I am today. So if you guys are ready, let's move on. Are you okay with it, Mark?
Yes, sure.
Looks good.
Okay. So let me move this here. So we are going to talk about why I won't say talk about, I'm just going to brush. So what is the digital transformation? Why does digital transformation matter? What does a digital transformation framework look like? How can I measure the return on investment? And what is business analysis? Why does business analysis matter? And I have a bonus and a takeaway. So you can see maybe I will only have 2 or 3 points for analysis, but you will easily talk about it and you will see why. So we all know what is digital transformation. You can go on Wikipedia and read, use Google to discover it. So I won't spend too much time here, but I can read it quickly. According to Wikipedia, digital transformation is the changes associated with the application of digital technology in all aspects of human society. This is what they say. And why does digital transformation matter? The first and main reason is because we want to improve customer experience. It's really crucial. If the customer is not happy, if they are not quickly served, then there is an issue. And today, it is also a survival issue for many organizations because we are in era of AI. We are using AI. We are using machine learning. We are using automation. There's a lot. So this is really survival issue for them. So here I put the reason, what is a digital transformation framework look like? I won't spend time on it because what I want you to keep in mind is not really the framework, but it is why leaders should consider the following points before they embark on digital transformation. So the key elements here is customer experience, like I said, operational agility, culture, and leadership, which is very important for the vision, workforce enablement, and digital technology integration. For the framework, you guys can go on Google and check. Because even for the framework, let me go back for the framework. Until now, for what I know, all the 9 elements are not really used. So how can we measure the return on investment when it comes to digital transformation? Here's a few key points. We need to prove the success of digital transformation. Effort leaders need to quantify the return on investment. So are they taking enough risk? They need to set metric in advance. They need to develop micro metrics for agile experiments. The goal is to learn and adjust. So the incorporate business outcome, we need to look at strategic impact, operational impact, and cost impact, and look beyond cost saving too. So what is business analysis? Once more, you can check online. This is not a secret. But for me, as a business analyst in IT field, I am a bridge. Simply said, I am a bridge. I am a bridge in a way that I need to be able to understand and see the same vision as the one who has the idea and who wants to create the software. And I need to be able to translate this vision with many kind of tools and transfer it and translate and transfer it to the development team. This is the only thing that I can say to you, because analysis is broad, it's big, but me here today, I'm talking to you as a business system analyst. Even if I'm wearing other hats, other role, like just being business analyst, just not no IT, just business analyst. You have business data analyst. You have business. There are a lot of roles. We will see later. Okay, just keep in mind, all business analysts are a bridge. First of all. So why does business analysis matter? I will go through each of them. There are more than that, but we will come back to another point later, the previous slides, and you will understand. Why does business analysis matter? Because we are here to solve business problems. We help making decisions and taking data back action to get the desired results. We help increase return on investment. And for this point that I'm going to read, I want you to keep in mind wired. Business analysts are wired to interpret customer preferences and any other problem to be solved. This is why I will be talking about mindset. So business analysts are also proficient in forming decisions logically and analytically. help measure change, we anticipate crises and manage them, we understand business better, and we crunch data to produce insights. So I will stop here because I don't want to go into this for the moment. And if you guys have any question, you can ask me. In the meantime, I will go back to this slide.
There is a question that came in. There is a question that came in, Sylvie. How would you differentiate, for those who aren't sure, the difference between what a BA does and what a project manager does?
Okay, for me, project manager is really about monitoring and creating a plan, making sure that the projects that are going to deliver are really focusing on not use too much or like not go over the budget and deliver on time. So what project managers do actually is to plan, make sure that they have the right team, they have the enough budget to do what they need to do. They need to monitor, they need to organize, they also need to schedule, they need to make sure that all this is delivered on time and people, the sponsor are happy. But business analysts actually only focus on translating those needs. So we need to be there before the project manager, and we need to work hand in hand with them. So what we do, for example, is when someone who has an idea come and say, okay, I want to build a customer relationship management software, we are going as a BA to ask that person, okay, tell me, what, an open-ended question, what are you saying actually? Why do you want to do that? What is the reason behind it? What are you seeing? So we are going to really listen to that person and try to put ourselves in their place to see. We cannot see the whole vision of that person, but we are going to bring to life and structure in a way that we can easily talk with the project manager and say, this is exactly what that person wants. For another simple example, okay? And I will use a real life, everyday thing. Jim, you can say, okay, you want to eat, I think I use that, but in another way, you want to eat eggs, okay? And as a BA, I will come to you and so you will invite me for sure. You will ask me, okay, Sylvie, you will express yourself and say, Sylvie, I want to have an egg, okay? A blue egg, gray egg, whatever egg, because I want to satisfy myself. I want this, I want that. I'm seeing that this egg is going to help people. So in my point of view, I will be asking you questions because probably people are doing already around you. So I will ask you, okay, why do you want this egg? Why do you think that this egg is going to help people? Do you take the time to look on the market, what the law is saying, what the regulations are, what is the policies inside of your country? I'm going to ask you so much questions that you and I will agree on, or you and I will say, okay, this is not, we cannot do that. We need maybe to build from scratch, or we are going to buy software already made and customize it and make sure that we are following everything, the market, the policies, the customer, first of all, anything that we can do to better someone's life. So this is what we do. We listen, we question, we see, and being business analyst is a way. When it comes to BA, it is a mindset. It is a way to be, a way to think. You need to detach yourself to be able to see what the other is seeing and use the tool to translate those that vision or that need or what need to be translated and give it to the team, the development team to do. So if you cannot detach yourself and see how could we have the best ever products. There will be a bias, you know, the product will be fucked up probably, you know, and the vision won't be fulfilled. I don't know if I answer your question.
It does. For whoever asked it, it sounds reasonable to me.
Okay, so I can continue?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you see here, I was saying that leaders should consider this point as they embark on digital transformation. We have customer experience. Even when we come to digital transformation, there are three lanes. I would say customer experience, operational process, and business model. So as a BA, when you don't have BA on your product or on your project, actually, you are shooting yourself. Because people, most of the time, they mix thinking with analysis. They mix both of them. When you think, you don't really analyze, because analysis is going deeper, making sure that you are seeing the 360 view, making sure that you are looking on the market once more, you are looking on the need, you are looking on the technology that is evolving every day. You are making sure that the product you are going to, not the product, the solution that you are going to bring on the table is adjustable, adaptable, sustainable, and can be easily, I would say, can be easily used during any time, like any era, like really, because when you come up with a solution that is just doesn't really take in account all these points, I really don't know how the solution is going to be sustainable and hold in time. I don't know. So let me go back to this point. When I say business are wired to interpret customer preferences and any other problem to be solved. Very important. If you are not wired, you cannot interpret customer preferences. If you are not wired, you cannot even understand the view that the sponsor are sharing with you. If you are not wired and you don't like to spy, to make a lot, because it is a lot of research, to dig in, you won't be able to solve any problem. And you really need to detach yourself to be able to see the big view. So let me continue. In the meantime, I will, we also talk about crunching data. Crunching data, we'll see the role. There are many roles in business analysis. And the most important is that you use for digital transformation, you show that the data are not biased, like there's no bias in the data. And you can clearly see the insight, like really be able to learn something from those data. So I will talk here about the role of the specialization. Like we have two lanes, business focus and technology focus. I am a business analyst, but I am also a business system analyst. I can wear any hat. Actually, I'm moving toward the technology focus one. Let me yeah. Okay. So there is also you can be business data analytics. You just focus on data. Okay. You can be also business intelligence analyst. You focus on that. But as a BA, just simply BA, you can have a good look on overall view on about this role. And you cannot wear all the hats. So when we talk about projects, actually, you need to have the sponsor first of all. Okay, the person who, when I say sponsor, it could be anyone. So someone who has the idea and is really ready to finance the project. So you have the BA before. Then you have the PM. Most of the time today, you will see that when it comes to hire people, they will ask the project manager to wear the same hat, more than one hat. They will ask you to be PM, ask you to be BA, even Scrum Master. And for me, it is too much. This is too much for one person. And at the same time, they want equality. I don't know how we can have quality in less, depending, maybe it could be 6 months, 1 year, 4 years for the project, the duration of the project, I don't know, but just for example, one person cannot wear all these hats because being BA is a full-time job. You need to know that when you are BA, you need to be able to listen, to make a research, to question data, to question a customer when it comes to an Aziz to be, or even just to create a new software. You need to make sure that the solutions respect the policies of the country or the province or the town, whatever. So you need to respect the policy, the law, how the regulation. You really need to go through all this. It is a full-time job. So asking one person to be a BA, in the same time monitoring the project and asking them to do the business job this is crazy. And this is what we are seeing on the markets more for a long time, actually. For I don't know how, for a long time. And I'm tired to see stuff like that because that doesn't make sense. I don't know how you can deliver a quality product while playing or juggling between BA role, PM role, and business analyst role, and Scrum Master role. This is too much. Something is going to be crazy, like something is going to be off. Something is really going to be off. And I say here that the best business analysts must detach themselves from their inner reality in order to hand over the best solution, which may not always be the perfect solution, but will find its perfection through the balance of its imperfection. Means that you really need to detach yourself, and nothing is perfect. So the solution that we are even rendering or giving or handing over is not the perfect solution. This is why I'm telling you how someone who wears many hats can focus on the best while monitoring. This is, for me, is not possible. Most of the time they think, they don't analyze, they think. They don't even use any kind of methodology, they just think. They really think. So I don't know if you guys have questions for the moment, but we'll be going back and forth. And before I talk about how to be BA Scrum. Jim? Mark?
Yeah, just from my end, Sylvie.
Sorry?
Yeah, just a quick question from my end.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so some very good points there. You put forward some very good points, you know, and I think you, in the earlier slides, you also mentioned something about return on investments. Yeah. So based on so you have the technology focus and you have some different roles there for BAs, right? Which one of those roles are primarily invested in supporting with return on investment? Because from my personal experience, there are a lot of projects without business analysts. However, you're now wondering how did they capture the inputs required to do that ROI analysis for this project? And when the project is finished, sometimes you realize that there are not enough metrics to determine from a financial standpoint, or not only from a financial standpoint, but maybe from a customer experience and an operational agility standpoint, if this project was a success. So which aspect of business analysis is responsible for this, and what if it is that, what's the process that when a business analyst is assigned, what process do they take in order to support with this ROI analysis?
Okay, thank you for your question. So when the goal is stated and we go through a elicitation process, we confirm, we translate, and we share either the model or the prototyping or the mock-up or the use case or the sequence diagram or the state diagram, everything. And the business process modeling, we hand all this over in a good, well-written requirement doc. We hand it over to the team, they make it, everything is beautiful. And at the end, they implement it and it's live now. Our job do not stop there. We go over it, we monitor, okay? But this is also a role. So we monitor it and we work hand in hand with the department who take care of the sale, actually, to make sure that they have a board. We make sure also, not me, but there is a board, or dashboard, where we see how things is going, and we make sure that what we have implemented, the user story that we wrote, the acceptance criteria that we also wrote, and we test everything, are helping the sponsor or the organization to have a return on investment. We also compare based on what the market is saying. We look at the economy. We look at we compare with our opponent. I forgot the word. We compare with other organizations doing the same thing, but not using the same software, to make sure that what has been invested are yielding a return. That's like, because there's a projection. So if I invest $1 and I hired people to create a product for me, I need to make sure that that $1 is yielding an investment, or not an investment, a benefit. So it should be based on our projection. It should be, or it could be $2, $3, $1. I don't know, the $1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, whatever, in 2 months, in 3 months, in 1 year, in 5 years. So every 3 months, or every week, or every 3 days, or depending on the field, we need to check: are we making a profit, or are we losing? Why are we losing? Where is the pain point? What is happening? What happened there? Why are we losing? And why this pain point is making us lose money? So is it because the project has not been well monitored, or the BA didn't really clarify the process when that BA hand over the business, the BPM and business process modeling? What is the reason? We need to dig and ask questions, and the same, because our job never ends. Okay, our job never ends. We will be there from the beginning till, I won't say there's no end. We are always there. So if you do something, you need to be able to adjust it. You need to be able to correct. You need to be able to change what is not working. So to answer your question, our job never ends, and we will make sure, by working with the rest of the team, we'll make sure that what we deliver is yielding a profit based on the projection. And if it doesn't, we need to ask ourselves a question: why we are not getting that amount of benefits? Because this is what we project. What the market is saying? What is the economy? Why is it about regulation? Did we not apply correctly the rule? This is where DMN, which is decision modeling notation, come into play. even before for sure, but we can go back because when you use DMN, which is decision model notation, you can easily see, and it will help you take the best decision ever. Just to give you an example, when it comes to health, the doctor, when you go see a doctor, they will ask you a question and even ask you to fill a form. And they will tell you, give me your name, what you do, your parents' name, where you live, your race, what kind of disease your parents have, etc. So they want to know so much. And all this, when you put them on the DMN notation modeling, you will be able to clearly see how to take the decision. This will help you. And this is also something that miss. If you are a BA and you don't master DMN, I really don't know how you take your decision. If you are a BA and you don't detach also and see the 360-degree view, I don't know how you are handing over a solution. It's very important to really combine DMN and BPMN. Very important, because based on this, based on this example where the doctor needs to be able to see your health story, your parent health story, the race health story, all this is taken account to take a decision and say, okay, I think that what you are going to take as a medication or like a medication is this. They don't come like this and say, okay, oh, Mark, you know, your headache, I think that just take Tylenol, it will be better. No, that doesn't work like that. They need to see, they need to see why you have that headache. They need to see your story of health, okay, your file. This is why people are using EMR, because electronic record actually will help if you are not in the same area, or I would say country. People will be easy, or province or state. It will be easy for the other doctor to call your file and see, okay, last time he went to the hospital for this, that, he has allergy, he has he doesn't have this immunization, he broke his leg. They need to see all this, and they also need to know what is going on with your parents, the story, and also take in account the race. Okay, people who has who are 24, between 24 and 34, living in this area and coming from this background, this side, always have headache at this moment of time. So all this is taken account, but you can see clearly when you use DMN. And you can use BPMN to show the process. So at the end, it's really important to master this and master the BPMN, and make sure that you are also monitoring the software, how it is working. Is it yielding a profit or not? But you need to work with all the team actually. If there is a pain point somewhere, we need to dig in. Why? And then go back to what we already have, go through those requirements that have been written before, and ask questions and correct if possible. But yeah, it should be possible anyway, and correct. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question.
And I'll jump in here and ask if there's any other questions from anybody here who want to chat them, or I can open up your mic and talk. Anybody want to ask a question out there? You can chat, and then I can open your mic if I have to. It says allow to talk, so maybe I got to do that. Not seeing anything. We have one from Elaine we're going to deal with before the call ends, but we're not quite there yet.
So let me move on then to this. This is because Jim asked me something that I want to show you how to be a Scrum, even if this is not the ideal one. Like I don't, for me personally, which everyone needs to play a role, okay? Because business analysis is a broad, big, like it is a big, it covers a lot of range. You have business analysis in any kind of field, in your personal life, in your professional life. There's analysis everywhere. Financial analyst, IT analyst, data analyst. We are everywhere. There's analysis. So how can you, because we don't have choice, our sponsor doesn't want to spend a lot of money, but they want more in their pocket. So for that reason, we don't know how to sometimes say no, because we have bill to pay. So we try to wear many hats and we deliver a botch a solution. So to be a BA Scrum, you can see I use BPMN widgets to just highlight how you can be a BA Scrum. And actually, if you follow this in your real life, because this is real life, it's not theory. This is coming from your real life. So the goal is stated. Just let me walk you through it. The goal is stated. So you discover and gathering information about the subject by using many kind of tools. It could be discovery, observation, interview, mock-up, prototyping, brainstorming, whatever. You use, and like I put it, choose technique for elicitation session, deep of ribs. You do it, then you have the unconfirmed results. Walk through it, you make sure that everything is well done. Then you come back to your customer or the user and you make sure that you confirm this result with them. Then you enter those information bulk into any kind of agile or Scrum software. Okay, here I put Timpulse. This is what I was using at that moment. Then there is time to prioritize the backlog. We go through the workshop brainstorm and choice of artifacts. We have the requirement doc that is made now. You enter the story, but yeah, you need to write the story, acceptance criteria, and all those. We go to the sprint planning. We have the sprint, and we have the retrospective review. That is not the end, no? But this is the circle, This is the circle. Do we have question there?
Nothing on chat.
Jim, I think I should have a question.
Yeah, there was nothing on chat from anybody right now. So what do you think, Mark? Do you have any other questions from our list of stuff we had that Sylvie hasn't covered?
Yeah, I'll just ask a question. So how to, I guess, to be a BA or a Scrum Master, right? Sylvie, or just a Scrum or a BA in the Scrum methodology. That was just describing the BA in the Scrum methodology, or the BA in the Scrum methodology, as well as the BA could be a Scrum Master. Could that be an interpretation?
No. Okay, let's say that you are a business analyst in Scrum, like me, or I think you are Scrum Master too, okay? And then they call you and say, okay, you are going to play that role on X project, okay? On digital transformation projects. Then as a BA, like I told you, this is why in the beginning or somewhere a few minutes ago, I was telling you that we have the sponsor who come with the goal, the vision, or the needs that person wants to find solution for, whatever. And we have the BA, not the project manager. Because most of them, what we see on the market is, okay, on any kind of organization, oh, I have the idea, we need a project manager, he's going to take care of everything. No, you have the idea, you need the BA, and then you have the project manager. So here is how you play your role. It could be Scrum, BA Scrum. We don't care actually. This is how you play your role. You cannot have Scrum without stating the goal. I don't know what you are going to deliver every 2 weeks actually, if you don't know exactly.
Yeah, because because, you know, Sylvie, one of the things that I noticed is that, and I mean, moving from the PMI, the PM back to the Scrum back, right? Um, you know, when you talk about like the role, like the role of the BA, you don't hear that role being mentioned enough among like the Scrum Masters, the product owners, you know, project managers, you know. So I'm just wondering, what's the real purpose of the BA, if most times when we consider a BA or if we use a BA, we generally use the BA in the inception stage, you know, and so once it reaches the planning and the execution, then we no longer need the BA. And I think this is not the right way how to think about this inclusive, collaborative, agile style, you know. So that's the reason why I asked the question, you know, and what you're saying here is that the BA should be a part of this collaborative, this special team that is sharing values.
Yeah, absolutely. And you say something that we can see on the market. Most of the time, less maybe in America, people talk about, even in America, people talk about BA. Actually, BA doesn't have a boss. We don't have boss. We work alone. Okay, we are the people who help with finding solution. We help with decision because we are able to see what you see and we use correctly the tool to do what needs to be done. I'm going to use the same example, but in another kind of way. And I think I shared it with Tim last time. You want to eat egg, fry egg this time. You want to fry your egg by yourself, and you know it all. And you go, you fry your eggs, and you are satisfied. But this is not perfect, actually. Okay, it is what it is, and you like it, you eat it. But think about hiring a chief to make you your egg. Tell me now, I'm going to ask you the question, how this egg will be based on in respect or in respect for the health regulation, in respect of the cooking, respecting the temperature and all these things that need to be done. Choose the correct eggs, the correct pan, the correct oil, all this for your health. And maybe if you are diabetic, what need to goes into the cooking of the eggs. So tell me, Mark, actually, I'm going to ask you the question, or Jim, tell me the difference between you cooking for yourself and hiring a chief who cook the same thing for you. What is the difference?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is it's probably going to be better if it's a chef. If it's a good chef, there's no way I'm going to make anything as well as he or she does. That's the first thing that comes to mind. It's also going to cost me probably more money because I got to pay for his or her labor. But you know, I will get what I want, I think, and then some. I'm going to request the eggs that I want, how I want, wherever the meal is. But I think it's going to be a higher quality. It's going to be more money, but I'm still going to get what I want, unless the guy has some fancy ideas that contradict mine. That's my thought.
Thank you. And you, Mark?
I think so sometimes it just comes down to just a different taste, you know. It's just a different taste, you know. The person does something, maybe the seasoning that you put when you started, you know, yeah, sometimes it comes down to a different taste.
For me, that doesn't make sense. We are all, including me, living by I won't say living by, we are just satisfying ourselves with the less, but we can have more. We just need to think. And I will put on side personal life or family life or whatever, and come back to the professional life or professional something projects. Why am I giving you that kind of example? It's because this is what we see on the market. when you don't hire a BA, you will have for sure a result, but that result won't be like the best one that will help you yield a profit, that will help you have your return on an investment, and even sustain and be adjustable. Sometimes at the end, when it comes to—
Is it possible to project your voice, Sylvie? I think someone is saying that they can hardly hear. I'm not sure why.
It's not on my side. Can you hear me, Mark?
Okay. Yes, I'm hearing you clearly, Sylvie.
I'm hearing too.
So maybe it is that person's side. So when it comes to that, when it comes to professional or projects, when you are working on it, why could we not hire and let the BA do his job? Because you are investing, you want something good for the customer. And we are talking about digital transformation, which is, we want it or not, need to use and are using technology, AI, machine learning, automation. So why do you want to botch and lose money and then call me later and say, okay, you know, I hire a project manager, I hire someone to code, I hire a user experience designer, I hire tester, I hire this, but something is wrong. Then you know that I exist. When you already fucked up everything. And now you tell me now to work with everyone to find the pain points and fix it. I can fix it, but you will spend more money than you should do. Or it should be. This is what we are going through. And we as a BA, actually, that people think that, okay, we can do their job because they think, which is normal. This is why you see a lot of programmer, people who program, who code actually become BA, because this is IT business analyst. Okay, IT business analyst, system analyst. The difference is between business analyst alone and IT business. The difference is that we are able to work on model. We are able to create a diagram. We are able to understand diagram. We are able to work with sequence and state. We are able to do more, because even business process modeling is also a full-time role, but we are doing it. So there's a difference, you know. So this is why people think that BA is not necessary, but we are able to see what it's like you are flying over and you see the big view, and you can use all the necessary tool to be able to translate that view and even come with solution, the best one. And not everyone are wired for that. Not everyone are wired for that. The best business analyst actually should be acting and should be acting and thinking and reasoning. It is a way, it is a way of thinking. If you don't have that way, I don't think that you are a good business analyst for me. It is a mindset. You need to think like that. You need to live and reason and reasoning like that. You need to be it, you know, to live in. It is a style. For how it's a style, mindset, everything, but you need to be that. If you are not that, I don't know how. You will be just watching everything. And people are always coming back to, they will always come back to colors to fix. We are always, this is why in consultation work, they always come back. Come and fix this. This is six-month contract. This is 3-month contract. This is 1-month contract. They just want us to fix. We become a fixer actually. We fix.
Okay, thanks for that.
Hey, Mark.
So Jim,
Mark,
I will just allow you to weave those two questions together.
So this is a
wrap up.
Overall question. We'll have a wrap up in 5 minutes, but there was a question earlier and I saved it, and then a comment, and I want to put those together. So the question came up. Let me just go back into my chat and find this. I'm going to read this. I would like to know what is the mentality and rationale behind companies hiring individuals that do not have certification and placing them with the program manager role and the PMO roles. This is dangerous, in my opinion, for the integrity of the project, organization, team retention, and more. And then somebody said, coincidentally, organizations need to have strategic HR management plan which will inform the recruitment strategy. So since you're our guest, Sylvie, what's your thought about certification, whether it's PMs, BAs? Are you seeing that not be the case and that's hurting the projects?
No, the best is to be certified, actually. You just prove that you master because before even passing the exam, you need to prove that you have a certain number of years that
Right.
you work in. You are going to fill answer some questions that prove that you work on many kind of projects, actually. So certification is not just, it is a proof that you master the methodology, you understand what you are talking about, you can even lead, you can apply easily the methodology because we have the standard is there, you can apply them in a well manner, So for me, it is very important to be certified. If you hire someone who is not certified, it's like cooking yourself, There's no chief because the chief knows what he's doing. So even if they say sometimes they say, oh yeah, but he's an experienced guy. Yes, but did he really know how to apply the standard? Did he really know how to apply the policy? Did he really know how to deliver on time and on schedule? Is he able to manage people, to lead people? Did he know the difference between just talking with people and telling them what to do and leading, actually, monitoring and making sure that the team is a cohesive team? Everyone, they are all on the same page. They can work together because today people are working from India, from everywhere around the world. So you are working with many kind of culture. So you really need to be certified because the certification it is a hard. And if you cannot be certified, I don't think that, I'm not saying that those who are not certified doesn't have the right to work on any kind of project, okay? But it's better to be certified.
Yeah, I that's a good point, Sylvie. It's not really about the certification, but I believe like you're working with multidisciplinary teams, cross-functional teams, persons from different culture, and maybe the certification centralize that knowledge base. When you use certain terms or when you take certain approaches, is easily understandable from a framework or something like this.
Yeah.
So I know what I get from you too, Sylvie, is that you're saying just like how we would say agile is a mindset. It seems to me that we need to start say BA, business analysis, should be a mindset as well.
Yeah.
Just the same way how we say agile is a mindset. We should say BA is a mindset for us to change the way how we do things.
Yes, absolutely. It is important. If you are not seeing if you are not acting, living it, and I don't know, this is a modern style, a mindset. I don't know, maybe I'm too much passionate about my work. I don't know, but I don't know how, for me personally, I can deliver a solution.
And Mohammed raised his hand. Mohammed, I'm not sure if I have to unmute you or not. Did you want to speak up and say something? If he's still there, maybe that's an old one. He may be gone. No, okay. Must have been before. I didn't hear from him, so we
Yeah,
lost him.
you want to ask Sylvie any final piece of question and as to how, what important piece of information can, she provide to our audience about digital transformation? Is there anything you want to share with us, Sylvie?
From your perspective, Sylvie, what's the most important? You have to keep it brief because we're almost done. Thing that you can say in a minute or so that will be important for our audience to know.
Yeah, I want to read what I put here, but I will tell them to keep an eye on technology because it is evolving every day. 1, 2, I want them to know that everything is mindset. Business analysis is a mindset and it's a required role everywhere. In any kind of field, you need a BA because we are the bridge. We are really the bridge. and we can easily, it's like, I don't know if I have the word, but it is in French. You know, the animal that change color, I don't know I forgot the name. He changed color. Yeah, he changed color based on the place he is.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Chameleon.
Yeah, chameleon. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, we are like chameleon.
Right,
We
right.
adapt.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we adapt. We can wear the same suit like the sponsor one. So keep an eye on that and make sure that your BM, your business model, is up to date, and you need to have an eye on it every day. Very important. That's it for the moment.
There was a question, what skills would a PM require to function as a BA? Just a couple minutes.
Yeah,
just
what?
Briefly.
What? Sorry, say it again.
What skills would a PM require to function as a PA? If they had to be a BA, what skills would they need?
They need to learn how, they need to master the listening, the communication in one word. Mm-hmm. They need to know how to communicate and ask the right question. Open-ended question, not just close one. Open-ended question. Ask question and try, yeah, listen, have a clear view, communicate, and make sure that they are able to use any kind of tool that we use. BPMN, DMN, DMCRIS, depending on what you are working on. They also need to have a good understanding of data and all those stuff. But for me, I don't even want to talk about it because PM is PM, BA is
BA. Right. Sometimes they get stuck doing that job, you know that, Sylvie.
Yeah, at the end, they're stuck in, and this is where the confusion comes because they are playing the role of BA. In the same time, you are telling them to manage people, to monitor projects, to follow the budget, and they are like, okay, where I am actually, I don't know. Okay, yeah, you do this, you do that. They delegate, and at the end, the result is botch. Like I'm saying, it's just botch.
What do you think, Mark? Should we wrap up?
Yes. Wow, that was deep, deep and insightful. So, Jim, can we go to the last slide?
We can, but I can't move it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So everybody, I still have the chat open. So our next webinar, you may know Peter Taylor. Peter Taylor's a very well-known guy. I know him, not very well, but I know him. He's a British guy. He's written several books on PMOs. I highly recommend his book on PMO. It really helped me to create a PMO. And we contacted him and said, hey, can you speak for us? He said, sure. He just took over a big job of managing a global PMO for this company, Ceridian. He's the VP. So he's a busy guy. But he wrote a book called AI, Artificial Intelligence for Project Managers. It fits right into our digital transformation. He's going to be right here on September 29th, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're taking the July and August off because nobody would show up for our webinars anyway. So our next one won't be for a couple months. September 29th, Peter Taylor will get the word out. We'll advertise it and come along and have some great ideas about AI, which I personally hardly ever think about. So that's it for that part.
Yeah, and from my end, it was such a lovely conversation, Sylvie. I have a lot of takeaways from my end, in terms of, that critical role of the business analysis in business transformation, not only digital, because digital transformation is a part of business transformation and where the world is going. And in September, AI and the project manager from Peter Taylor, I'm almost sure that we will have some insights there as a follow-up from this presentation from Sylvie, the artificial intelligence area and how that ties in with project management and digital transformation. And so Mark, it was a great conversation.
Mark, several people asked how they can get the slides. I forget, can they go to the website for PMO Leader? Will we distribute them? How can they get them?
Yes, I think they can go to the website.
Okay, we'll have to put them up there, right? But do we have it? Can we advertise the website? Is it PMO Leader? Is it
Yeah,
out there right now?
yeah. It's on the first slide. The
Let me
first
go.
slide.
Let me go back.
Okay,
But I have a question for you guys before
all right.
we. Do you think that, like PMO, which is Project Management Office, we should not have also a business analyst office? Because this is important, because like I said, I want to leave. Before I leave, I want to ask everyone who is our audience.
It seems you're coming back for another episode, Sylvie. We're really looking forward to that. It seems like you're a business
But
analyst.
let me say this. Sylvie's question, should it be a BA office? My answer is probably. We have a hard enough time convincing businesses to have a project management office, much less a BA office. We're lucky we even have that. So I just want to throw that out there. It's hard to get them, to convince them to get and keep a PMO office. So maybe, but that's my thought.
Okay, and you, Mark, I'm done.
Yeah, and from my end, yeah, it's difficult because right now we're battling to have just the normal setup, you know.
I know.
But I think first what we need to do is to develop the BA mindset.
Right.
And once we do this, then there are endless possibilities to have the BA office. Just the similar, even with Agile, it's the same way. It started out by a person saying, Agile is a mindset, and then now we have different methodologies and approach how to do Agile. So I think that would be the first step, just to have the BA mindset first, and then we can move into the other aspects.
Okay, I think that's going to take a lot of time because BA mindset, there's a lot to know. Anyway, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, Sylvie. It was we really enjoyed your presentation.